Manchester United's strong interest in Ian Subbiaber, the next South American star at Old Trafford? Have you been keeping up with Manchester United's youth recruitment lately? If so, you might have noticed a pattern. Since Ineos took control at Old Trafford last year, there's been a clear shift in transfer strategy. The club is now looking far and wide for the next generation of stars, and one name that keeps popping up is Ian Subbiaber. The 18-year-old River Plate winger has caught the attention of scouts across Europe, but reports suggest United's interest is particularly strong. In this article, we'll take a deep dive into who Ian Subbiaber is, why Manchester United want him, and what he could bring to Old Trafford if signed. Who is Ian Subbiaber? Born on January 1, 2007, in Comodoro Rivadavia, Argentina, Ian Martin Subbiaber has football in his blood. His father, Martin Subbiaber, was also a footballer who played for CAI and Huracán de Comodoro Rivadavia. Interestingly, Ian's paternal grandparents are Chilean, which later played a role in his international career choices. Like many South American footballers, Subbiaber started young. At just 4 years old, he joined local club El Lobo in his hometown. By age 7, he was playing for CAI, following in his father's footsteps. But the young boy had dreams of playing for his childhood club, River Plate, and got his first taste of that experience at just 8 years old. What's particularly interesting about Subbiaber's early development is how he maintained connections with River Plate while officially remaining with CAI. The long distance between his hometown and Buenos Aires meant he couldn't permanently join River's academy, but he would return periodically to play for their youth teams. This arrangement continued until August 2021, when at age 14, Subbiaber had a formal trial with River Plate. The club was impressed enough to offer him a contract beginning in January 2022. His talent continued to shine, and in April 2023, at just 16 years old, he signed his first professional contract with River Plate, a 3-year deal that showed how highly the club rated him. What type of player is Subbiaber? When watching Subbiaber play, a few things stand out right away. He's primarily used as a winger, often on the left side, but he can also operate as what scouts call a wide playmaker, blending the roles of a traditional winger and an advanced playmaker. Subbiaber himself has described his playing style as a powerful striker and scorer, though his coaches have typically deployed him in wider positions. He's named fellow Argentine Julian Alvarez as an inspiration for his style of play. Here's what makes Subbiaber special. Strengths. Dribbling. One of his standout qualities is his ability to beat defenders one-on-one. He has the confidence to take on opponents and the skill to get past them. Passing vision. He's not just about individual skill. Subbiaber has good vision and can make incisive passes to create chances for teammates. Technical ability. His overall technique is impressive, including quick feints to wrong-foot defenders and well-weighted through balls. Areas for development. Physicality. At his young age, Subbiaber is still developing physically. He's described as short and lightweight, which can be a challenge in physical leagues like the Premier League. Shooting consistency. While he has good technical ability, his shooting could become more consistent as he develops. Football Talent Scout has rated his potential at an impressive 9 out of 10, suggesting they believe he could become a key player for a top European club in the future. International career. The Chile-Argentina switch. Subbiaber's international career has an interesting twist. With Chilean grandparents, he was eligible to represent Chile and initially did so, receiving a call-up to Chile's under-17 team in early 2022. He played in a friendly match against Colombia for Chile. However, his time with Chile was short-lived. In September 2022, Argentina's under-17 coach Pablo Aimar, yes, the former Argentina and Valencia star, called him up. Subbiaber accepted and made his debut for Argentina in the 2022 Copa Ciudad de Ezeiza, coming on as a substitute in a 4-0 win against Peru. He continued representing Argentina at youth level, playing in the 2023 South American U-17 Championship and the 2023 FIFA U-17 World Cup. During the World Cup, he scored against Poland in a 4-0 win in the group stage, helping Argentina finish third in the tournament. Manchester United's interest. Why now? Manchester United's interest in Subyaber isn't just a recent development. According to the article, scouts at Old Trafford have been tracking him for at least a year. Radio Continental reporter Sebastian Srur recently stated that Manchester United are very interested in the kid from Comodoro. The interest is strong. But United aren't alone in their admiration. Both Arsenal and Chelsea have also been linked with moves for the young Argentine, with Srur describing Arsenal's interest as similarly strong. Chelsea's interest makes sense given their recent approach of signing multiple young wingers from around the world. River Plate reportedly values Subyaber at around £20 million, a significant sum for a player with limited first-team experience, but potentially a bargain if he fulfills his potential. Ineos's youth strategy at Manchester United. To understand why United are pursuing Subyaber, it's worth looking at the broader strategy Ineos has implemented since taking control at Old Trafford. There has been a clear shift toward recruiting the best young talent from across the globe. Recent examples include Chido Obi, 17, from Arsenal. Aiden Heaven, 18, also from Arsenal. Seko Kone, 18, from Guidars FC in Mali. Diego Leon, 17, from Paraguayan side Cerro Porteño. This approach seems designed to avoid situations where United have to pay astronomical fees for players they could have signed for much less at a younger age. By identifying talent early and bringing them to Manchester for development, Ineos hopes to either develop first-team players or assets that can be sold for profit later. Subyaber fits perfectly into this strategy. At 18, he's already showing significant promise but is far from the finished article. The £20 million valuation, while substantial, could look like a bargain in a few years if he develops as expected. How would Subyaber fit at Manchester United? If United do win the race for Subyaber's signature, where would he fit in the current setup? In the short term, it's unlikely he would immediately break into the first team. Most likely, he would split time between the under-21 squad and training with the first team, possibly making occasional appearances in cup competitions or as a substitute in less crucial matches. His style of play, technically gifted, creative, and confident in taking on defenders, aligns well with the traditional Manchester United way. Fans at Old Trafford have always appreciated skillful wingers who can excite the crowd, from George Best to Ryan Giggs, Cristiano Ronaldo to Marcus Rashford. The question is whether Subyaber can develop the physical attributes needed for the Premier League. Many South American players need time to adapt to the pace and physicality of English football. If United do sign him, patience will be key. The South American connection at Old Trafford. Manchester United has a mixed history with South American players. For every success story like Carlos Tevez or Antonio Valencia, there have been disappointing outcomes like Alexis Sanchez or Angel Di Maria. However, United's track record with younger South American talents shows more promise. The club has successfully integrated players like Alejandro Garnacho, who joined from Atletico Madrid's youth setup and has since become an important first-team player. Facundo Pellistri, though not yet established at United, has shown promise during loan spells and with the Uruguay national team. Could Subyaber be the next success story? His technical ability certainly gives him a good foundation, and at just 18, he has plenty of time to develop. The competition, Arsenal and Chelsea. If United are serious about signing Subyaber, they'll need to move quickly. Both Arsenal and Chelsea are reported to have strong interest in the player. Arsenal has a good record of developing young talent under Mikel Arteta, with players like Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli becoming key first-team players. The Gunners also have a history of signing South American players, particularly Brazilians in recent years. Chelsea, meanwhile, has adopted a strategy of signing numerous young players from around the world. Under the ownership of Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital, the Blues have invested heavily in young talent, though not all have been given first-team opportunities. From Subyaber's perspective, he would need to consider which club offers the best pathway to first-team football. Would he get more opportunities at United, Arsenal, or Chelsea? Which club's playing style best suits his abilities? These are questions he and his representatives will be weighing up. What River Plate fans think. River Plate fans are known for their passion, and they're equally passionate about their young talents. Subyaber has already caught the eye of Los Millonarios supporters with his performances for the reserve team and his brief appearances for the first team. Most River fans would prefer to see Subyaber stay and develop at the club before making a move to Europe. However, the financial realities of South American football mean that when European giants come calling with substantial offers, clubs often have little choice but to sell. If Subyaber does leave, River fans will hope he follows in the footsteps of former River players who succeeded in Europe, like Julian Alvarez at Manchester City or Enzo Fernandez at Chelsea. Is Subyaber ready for the Premier League? This is perhaps the biggest question surrounding any potential move. At 18, with limited first-team experience, is Subyaber ready for the jump to one of the world's most physically demanding leagues? The honest answer is probably not, at least not immediately. Most players arriving from South America need time to adapt, especially those coming straight from youth football. If United do sign him, fans should expect him to spend time with the under-21s initially, with a gradual integration into the first-team picture. Alternatively, a loan move either back to South America or to a European club where he can gain more experience might be beneficial. The financial aspect: is £20 million good value? River Plate's £20 million valuation for a player with limited first-team experience might seem high. However, in today's market, this could represent good value if Subyaber fulfills his potential. Consider that established wingers at top European clubs now routinely fetch £50 to £100 million or more. If Subyaber develops into a first-team regular at United, the £20 million fee could look like a bargain in a few years. There's also the commercial aspect. South American players, particularly Argentinians following their World Cup success, have significant commercial appeal. If Subyaber becomes a star, his marketing value could be substantial. Of course, there's always risk involved. For every success story like Garnacho, there are players who fail to adapt or reach their potential. United's recruitment team will need to be confident that Subyaber has both the technical ability and the mental strength to succeed at Old Trafford. What next for United and Subyaber? According to the reports, United will need to move fast if they want to beat Arsenal and Chelsea to Subyaber's signature. The January transfer window is typically a difficult time to complete major deals, but for young players with potential, clubs are often willing to act decisively. If United are serious about signing Subyaber, we might expect movement in the coming weeks or months. The club scouts will continue to monitor his progress, and discussions with River Plate and the players' representatives would likely be the next step. For Subyaber himself, this is a crucial time in his young career. The decision on whether to stay at River Plate or make the move to Europe, and to which club, could shape his future development. Would Subyaber be a good signing for United? So, would Ian Subyaber be a good signing for Manchester United? Based on the information available, there are several reasons to be optimistic. He fits the profile of players Ineos is targeting: young, talented, with high potential. His technical skills and playing style align well with United's traditions. At £20 million, he could represent good value if he develops as expected. He's already shown promise at international youth level. However, there are also reasons for caution. He has limited first-team experience. There would be questions about his physical readiness for the Premier League. The adaptation from South American to European football can be challenging. United would face strong competition from Arsenal and Chelsea. Overall, Subyaber appears to be exactly the type of talent United should be targeting under their new recruitment strategy. Young, technically gifted players with high ceilings who can either become first-team stars or valuable assets. What United fans think. Most United fans following youth recruitment closely would likely be excited by links to Subyaber. The club has a proud history of giving opportunities to young players, and fans always enjoy seeing new talents emerge. Those who have seen clips of Subyaber in action would be impressed by his technical ability and confidence on the ball. His dribbling skills and creativity are exactly what United fans enjoy watching. However, there would also be a recognition that patience would be needed. United fans have seen many promising young players arrive at the club and need time to develop. The key would be managing expectations and giving Subyaber time to adapt and grow. Conclusion: 1 for the future. In Ian Subyaber, Manchester United are targeting a player who embodies their renewed focus on youth development under Ineos. The 18-year-old River Plate winger has all the technical attributes to succeed at the highest level, though he would likely need time to develop physically and adapt to European football. The reported £20 million valuation represents a significant investment in potential rather than immediate impact. If United do complete the signing, fans should view it as part of a longer-term strategy rather than expecting immediate results. Competition from Arsenal and Chelsea shows that United aren't alone in recognizing Subieber's talent. Whichever club wins the race for his signature will be getting a player with exciting potential who could develop into a star in the coming years. What do you think about Ian Subieber? Would you like to see him at Old Trafford? Do you believe this young gem could light up the theater of dreams in the future? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Exclusive. Man United strongly interested in €60 million, strong player with 18 goals. Manchester United are getting ready for a busy summer transfer window. The Red Devils are expected to make changes in almost all the positions this summer after the poor season they have had. Although this season could still end up with a Europa League win for them, they are working towards making their squad stronger for next season. Ruben Amorim's side are currently 13th in the Premier League standings, and their latest defeat against Nottingham Forest proved once again that they lack attacking firepower in the squad. To address that issue, the Premier League giants have identified their transfer targets. According to caught offside sources, Man United remains strongly interested in signing Atlanta attacker Ademola Lookman as they plan a major rebuild of attack in the summer. With doubts over the futures of Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, the English club is looking for new attacking options, and Lookman is high on their list. The Atlanta player, who has scored 18 goals in all competitions this season for the Italian side, has attracted interest from several top clubs, but United's admiration for him has been consistent. Newcastle United have also scouted him in recent weeks. Nottingham Forest consider him one of the possible options, while Juventus are monitoring his situation. However, Lookman prefers a return to the Premier League, making English clubs the favorites in the race. Man United have no issues with Lookman's price tag. Ademola Lookman to Man United? Atlanta, for their part, have set a price tag of around €60 million for the Nigerian winger, a figure that United especially consider fair for their squad transformation. For this reason, at the end of April, new talks have already been scheduled with the player's entourage to gather new information and verify the negotiation margins. The summer transfer window is still months away, but Lookman's future, after the arguments with Gasperini, who will most likely also leave Atlanta, is increasingly distant from Bergamo. The club that will put an interesting project on the table for Ademola, and a figure close to €60 million for Atlanta, will close a great deal. Gasperini has described Lookman as a strong player this season who has been his team's best player. With Alejandro Garnacho heading closer to an exit from the club, signing Lookman becomes more crucial for the Red Devils. Thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned for more insights and other transfer updates. Glory, glory Man United!